Hi and welcome to this big picture tutorial. Today we'll have a closer look at one of the most useful features called What If Scenario. Scenarios will allow you to explore alternatives to your existing project plan, compare the different variants, weigh the pros and cons of each but without modifying the underlying Jira or connected tool data, and then choose the optimum plan. To enable the scenario mode, click the drop-down found on the app's header. You can now switch between different scenarios or create a new one. BigPicture Enterprise users can create unlimited number of scenarios, while in the standard version, users can create one public scenario and one private in each created box. The public scenarios can be viewed by other users, while the private ones will not be visible to other users. So what does it mean to work in the scenario mode? Technically speaking, when the scenario mode is enabled, the synchronization of the start and end date fields, as well as the period mode field, is disabled, which means that changes to your tasks will not be updated in Jira or connected tools such as Trello or soon Microsoft Azure. This way, you can try and compare different scenarios to find the optimal version of your schedule. Let's create a new scenario and pick a color to differentiate between the ones already created. When using the scenario mode, you will see the scenario name on the app's header. And from now, whenever I make changes to the schedule, they will not sync back to Jira. Okay, so we have an over allocation of Mr. Albingo, and let's try to stretch this task a little. As you can see, while I did move the start date of this BPV 45 task, the start date value in Jira presented on the issue list remained unchanged. Now, as you can see, I did resolve the allocation problem, and Albingo can start working on his task a bit earlier. And the workload is 6 hours a day, which leaves 2 hours of remaining capacity. I can make other adjustments and, for example, change the period mode or the task mode. Simply right-click and select the period mode. Let's change it to manual. Currently, these three variables, the synced start and end date fields, as well as the period mode, can be tracked. So let's review the changes. Once the changes are made, you will notice this small yellow bubble indicating the number of changes made. So let's review the changes I made. As you can see, there were changes to the task BPV 45, one change to the task period or the start date, and one to the period mode from auto bottom up to manual mode. If I make a mistake or would like to go back to the previous position of my tasks, I can use the undo button and revert the changes made when in scenario mode only. To apply the scenario or to update the task in Jira and connected tools, click the merge button. To sum up, with the What If Scenario mode, you can create different versions of your schedule, for example, optimistic, normal, pessimistic, and compare the results. Thank you for watching and visit Software Plan's YouTube channel for more videos and tutorials.